What up guys, That Comic Awesome here, doing another review, doing Action Comics 1000. I know I'm a little late to the party on this one. It unfortunately kept getting put into the back of my backlog. I finally got a chance to read it. First impressions, majority of the stories were really good and touching. This book obviously had a lot of care put into it. DC knows, it's very obvious that DC loves this character, and it's very evident in here. They handpicked some really good talent to bring out the best, and it did it. This is probably, let's see, how many stories is this? I'm trying not to, I don't want to open this too much, because obviously I want to keep it around for a while, but with a thick bound book, I don't want to like crease it. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 stories in this book. So for $7.99, 10 stories. Like I said, not all of them are super good. I'll go through each one, but kind of give you the gist of it and my feelings. But I mean, most of them really, again, they have heart, and that's what this man's about, having the heart to do good. So the first one is The City That Has Everything. It kind of shows Superman saving a city, or I'm sorry, saving the world from this invasion. But at the same time, Lois wants him to get to this celebration. Metropolis is having Superman Day. And they want to thank him, and he should be there. But the whole time he keeps getting glimpses of things, and oh no, there might be an invasion, and oh no, never mind, it was nothing. But meanwhile, people are recounting their tales of Superman, like this firefighter who ran back into a building to save a child. He's like, part of me went back in there because I knew Superman would save me, and so it's like he had the courage because of Superman to go save this kid. The police chief has the courage to do her stuff. Then there's this criminal who got busted over and over and over again by Superman, and even Superboy's like, why are they letting this criminal talk? And Superman's like, just listen. And he's like, and finally, on the last time, it really took, he saved my life, and I want to thank him. So it's kind of like, he showed his appreciation. What is even better about these stories, even as a whole, not just this one, but they show that the people Superman saves affects him the way that he affects them. There's another story in here where he saves a woman from getting shot, and he comes home and he tells Lois, he's like, I met a good, great woman today, and he's like, I met a good one. And he's like, she tells him that, they affect you as much as, you affect them. There's also a really great line right here. This. And again, you have such great artwork. So this is from the next story where it's which one is this? This is The Never-Ending Battle, where he gets trapped in essentially these errors of battle, and he has to fight his way out. But it says here, I just love this. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Staying true to yourself, abiding in the morals and ethics ingrained in you by your mom and dad, along with the lessons you'll learn in your own life, can pull you out through the darkest moments. So it's like, oh, you just get such good life lessons from Superman. This one was good. That was The Never-Ending Battle. Another one, again, this one is The Enemy Within. Superman actually isn't even in this one, I think, until the very end. But essentially, he's had such an effect on the police chief that there's this guy. He's, you know, obviously disturbed, and it turns out he's being controlled by Brainiac, and so they shoot him, but it turns out it was with a non-lethal bullet, and it kind of the lessons like of humanity kind of thing. So this was the one. It's probably one of the stories I really wasn't a fan of, the car. So this is the, you know, obviously the car from Action Comics #1. You know, it's all busted up, and there's this, you know, it's pretty much this dude's car. He can get away with anything. You know, he says, you know, he can have any girl he wants, you know, dance with. And I do like the imagery of this. So he's walking through like the junkyard, and he looks up at the bird, you know, playing, oh no, it's Superman. And the dialogue in this is very 1930s. Again, he's like, you know, you get away with just about anything, pushing the little guy around, dancing with whichever girl you could pick out of the crowd. Some might say you deserve the telephone pole, or to be back on that telephone pole, because he threw him up on a telephone pole. But he has this like kind of little bit of tragic backstory. His dad was a vet, got killed. He had to take care of a sick mom. Mom died, ended up in an orphanage, ended up out on the street. And this is the part where I kind of lost it a little. So he's like, oh, it's so hot, you know, out on the street. You know, we just wanted to go swimming and we couldn't. It was so hot. And Superman's like, look, you know, turn your life around. You know, it doesn't have to be more complicated than that. You know, see you around. So he's just like, hey, look, just be a better person. You don't have to start, you know, start big. He's like, just be better. So what does he do? He commits a crime by by dousing the hot children on the street with a fire hose. And his good deed is committing a crime. I saw that and I was like, what if a building catches fire? I wasn't too much a fan about this one, the 5th season. It kind of just had like a little bit of a nice moment between Superman and Lex. This was Tom King's one. I think this was the end of Tomorrow. And it kind of shows like Earth, you know, Earth's last days. The sun is finally engulfing it. So Superman visits Earth one last time, and he kind of makes this diamond, and he makes this little statue, and the whole time he's talking, you know, he's talking to Ma Kent, and you know, he's just like talking about how he misses her, but this is, you know, he's been coming here for, you know, 1 billion years or whatever, you know, every year for 1 billion years, you know, this is the last time that he'll, you know, I could have pushed the Earth out of the way and saved, you know, the planet, because obviously everyone's already off planet. He's like, I could have saved the planet. He's like, that way you'd be around, but, you know, this is my way of finally saying, you know, like, goodbye, you know, to his parents, which was kind of sweet. 5 minutes. This one was kind of cool. Like, it showed him kind of rushing around, how Superman has to prioritize his, you know, you know, how he saves people, and, you know, managing being a reporter. Actionland was a little, it was alright. You know, turns out that Mr. Mix-a-Flips, you know, has like a Superman theme park as role-playing with Gypsy. It's a little weird. This is the speeding bullet one, where, again, it kind of, so Superman's out of the city, he's flying back in the city, there's this woman who's held hostage, and he kind of analyzes the situation from how far away he is, you know, glucose rush, you know, to his skeletal muscle, you know, he's gonna pull the trigger, and he does, and so Superman's flying in, and kind of like analyzes it, like, all right, now you know, it's going through here, he's like, I gotta make it a little, you know, he's like, I know math, you know, I'm not gonna make it, but, you know, this woman, you know, tilts her head just a certain way, which gives me, you know, which pushes him back a little bit, which gives him just like an instant enough to get his hand in front of it and save your life. Yeah, but see, you know, I know your real secret. You're the one inspired by them. So it shows that the people, you know, are really affecting Superman as much as he is. Now, there is Bendis' story at the very end. I don't I kind of assume, because it says, to be continued in the pages of Man of Steel, that this will somehow play out in that. This cleanser who is trying to destroy all of the remaining Kryptonians, and it turns out he destroyed Krypton. So that will be an interesting play. If you didn't buy this, find a copy, get it. I mean, even if you don't read comics, like this is going to be one of those comics where 10 years from now, you pull it out, you read it, it's still good. 20 years from now, you pull it out, you read it, it's still good. Your kids pull it out, they read it, it's still going to be good. These are classic stories in here. Get it. Subscribe over here, watch some more videos, hit me up in the comments, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you next time.